What's up, Toy Fam, and welcome back to Throwback Thursday here on their Totally Cool channel. I'm Big Joe, taking you to another toy adventure for this episode, and we are back with the G.I. Joes. Yes, this is another G.I. Joe Cobra figure number 94, the Cobra Mole Rat. Probably one of the most unique, most scary, one of the weirder figures to ever come out of the G.I. Joe classified line. And this is not your mainstream Cobra figure, because Cobras eat rats. So why is he a mole rat and he's part of the Cobra? We've got tunnel rat for G.I. Joes, but we don't. Why do we have mole rats for Cobras? So that's something to think about. Put it in the comment section if you have any idea why it's named Mole Rat, even though he's part of the Cobra army. I don't know. I don't really want to know, but I'm quite curious. So let's get to the box and show you what we have in store for you for figure number 94 for the G.I. Joe classified Cobra Mole Rat. And like I said, he's got a scary, scary face. He's got one of the scariest faces ever on a G.I. Joe figure. Probably because he's got that purple pink thing sticking out of his head. I don't know what they say. It's Energon, because Transformers and G.I. Joes apparently live in the same universe. I don't know for sure. So you've got the ribbon here where it's got most of his accessories. He's got plenty of accessories. He's got drill. He's got something more. And then you've got on the left side the bluish black QR code with a picture, and then you've got on the right side, yikes, look at that face. A face not even a mother could make handsome. Yeah, that's nasty. On the back you've got every accessory that comes with it. Shows you he's 6'3". I don't know why all of them are 6'3". Do they have a beauty pageant to show their height? Do they have a height requirement? I don't know. But he's 6'3", but he's actually a 6-inch figure. All right. So enough with the box. Let's get to the reason why you're here, and that is the figure inside. So let's open him up. All right. Oops. Did I cut the box? Or did I cut the box? Let's open him up. There we go. See ya. Don't want to be ya. Let's... Ta-da. Oh, I'm getting better at this. It's not... I'm kind of... what do you call this? This is creasing it a little bit, but I'm not tearing it up anymore. So let's see what's inside. You want to see the figure, the accessories, the figure, or the accessories? Probably the figure first. You're seeing it before I am, so is it scary? Is it nasty? Is it something you'd want to keep in your collection? Let me know in the comments box. And this is the accessories box. Alright. So that's Mole Rat. It says Mole Rat. On Mole Rat, not Mall Rat. Those are two different things. Mole Rats are rats that are moles. Or... Mall rat is a guy who loves to stay in the mall. Right. On the back, you've got Cobra. Up top, you've got 94. And on the back, again, 94. Alright. Take a look at this later. You have the figure. Now, this is one of those, windowless packaging, but it doesn't have the paper ties. It's got one of the things that... Is this later in the series? Yeah, it's 94. Cobra Eagle was 81. So now it's got the plastic ties. Right. Okay. So let's cut it open. We use our trusty scissors. Quick snip. Snip to tip. Yep. Nip to tip. beep, and he's out. Out, you're out of here. All right. If you remember last week's episode of the Cobra Eel, that was a slimmer, svelter figure. This one's a little bit chunkier, kind of like a muscular. Who's that guy from Friday the 13th? Friday the 13th, Jason Voorhees, right? Or Michael Myers. He's got that look. He's got that. I'm chunky. I've got huge legs, and everything about me is big. No, I mean everything about the figure is big. Yep. Okay. Okay. The whole thing is kind of skewed. I don't know why. There we go. Look better. There we go. Look better. There we go. There we go. Okay, I'm having a... Okay. Hey. Alright. So that's the figure. Put him there. Let's look at what's inside the accessories. As per usual, you've got the nice paper bag. And let's see what's inside. Okay, this is one of those figures. I don't even want to touch that. Is it contagious? Am I gonna get that too? No, but that's a very, very cool accent. Very, very cool accent. Looks like some kind of boil coming out of his head. It's also even covering one of his eyes. Right? According to legend, they say it's Energon because he's supposed to be mining for Energon. That's why it's color purple. All right. What is this? Okay, this is a figure that does not have a helmet, but it looks like it does because it's an alternate head. Alright, this one's an alternate head. We'll put that on him later on. But in the meantime, let's take a look at some of the accessories. You've got the lamp, the Energon lamp. It's got purple. It's also purple. Not that bright, not that clear. And I think this is more of a Geiger counter. Allows him to detect where the mines are for him. Mole Rat, he's probably a miner. Not a miner. He mines. He goes down the mines. All right. And then you've got his breathing apparatus here. It looks like a ventilator or something. And then you've got the modular rifle. Fun modular rifle. Now you can. This is the base. This is like the trigger, and then you can put this on. Attach this to the front. Can you? Why doesn't it? Okay, attach it to the front. Now it's a rifle, or it could be a flamethrower, right? Remove this front bit like so, if I can without breaking it. There we go. And then you put this front part, looks like a drill. So now he's a miner. Miner. E-R, not O-R, right? So he's drilling and he's collecting stuff for the Cobra army. All right, there we go. What else can we see on this figure? You've got these nice yellow light things, probably because it's a reader or something for his breathing apparatus. And then you've got the gas mask, alternate head with the big bulky bulging eyes. Yep. And then you've got a lot of these pockets in front. So he's not really a warrior. He's more of a worker. If you look at his suit, it's thick, it's heavy. It looks like it's shielded for radioactive isotopes. So radioactivity, he's kind of protected. And then he's got that nice silver Cobra patch on his right bicep. Okay, he's a pretty weird looking figure. Probably because according to the G.I. Joe information, he got mutated with repeated or prolonged exposure to Energon. That's why he looks like that. And he'll never look the same way again. And he's got front pockets, he's got side pockets on his cargo shorts. Now this is one figure that I am kind of surprised because it's got a hybrid. This came after, a little bit later in the series. So it's got the pinless elbows, but surprisingly, it's got pinned knees. So I don't know why. So let me, guys, for those of you who have been collecting G.I. Joe classifieds for quite a while, tell me why G.I. Joe or Hasbro chooses to put pinless joints in some figures and pinned joints in others. or why is this a combination? Let me know. You probably have some information that I would really love to include in my stock knowledge. So, yeah, interesting. Is it because he's a bigger figure? I don't know. I don't know. Okay, he's kind of off center. So let's see how he looks with the accessories. First thing I want to see is how he looks with a different face. So it's an alternate head, it's not a mask, it's an alternate head. So you got to remove the head like so and put this one. You got to hear the pop. That means it's on. There we go. It doesn't have an audible pop, but you're going to feel it when you jam it in, all right? And then so now he's got a mask. He's ready for subterranean exploration. All right, this one's a little bit weird. He's kind of crooked. Okay, look at the back. He's kind of crooked. I don't know why. I don't know why. Because the shirt's got a line, right? It's got to look like a. And it's like it feels like there's a rubber band in him that, jerks him back in. I don't know. That's weird. Stability is an issue. Stability is an issue. He's just twisted for some reason. Okay, then there is this small hose. Small hose. I think it goes into this one, the hole inside, in front of the mask, like so. And the other end goes here. Okay, stick this one in first. The bigger hole. There we go. There. And then this one goes in. There we go. There we go. Now he looks weirder than he used to. And then you put the pack on. Okay, so the pack goes on, and there's another small peg that goes into the side of his head, like so. Okay, there you go. That's here. This knee joint is a little bit loose after I kind of cranked it open, so it's kind of there. It's a little loose. Okay, doesn't hold its form. That's why he's falling down. All right. Yikes. Stability is an issue, brother. There we go. Okay. Stay put. Okay. I'm not going to try to put all of the other stuff on him because they're mostly handheld stuff. But let's do a toy review. Okay. I really have mixed feelings about this. I have 3 of these guys because I was promised that they would look really, really different from each other, but just like the other army builders, there's only 1 or 2 things that you can do with them. So first impression, right out of the box, he was like, okay, looks a little bit sturdier, looks a little bit chunkier. He's got a bigger ass than the others, right? He's got a bigger ass than the others. But somehow he's not as stable as the slimmer figures. For some reason, he's supposed to have a sturdier base, but he's like ready to tip over at any time. So first impression was kind of mixed. It's somewhere in the middle. And then it went downhill from there. Playability, okay. The fact that he's an army builder. You've got 2 different weapons, you've got 2 different heads, you probably can use 4 of them and have 4 of the same figure with a different look. Alright? So that's as far as you can go in terms of building an army like this. You've got 4 figures, 1 with this head and the drill, 1 with this head with a rifle, and then you do the computation, you do the math. You're gonna have 4 figures that look a little slightly different than each other. So playability, you've got that going. Poseability, I'm kind of scared. See, he tips over. He's probably gonna look better if you've got the stand for him. and the shelf appeal that goes with poseability gives you a little bit lower than average rating. But the colors look nice. You've got the variation in the blue gray suit and the orange patches, the luminous stuff on the chest. You've got the hose and the breathing apparatus that gives it a little bit more. Ooh, what's that figure? Kind of feel. Price point, this one's a little bit more expensive than your average GI Joe, somewhere near the $40 range, almost 2,000 pesos. But still, for an army builder, it's a hit or miss for most. If you like this, if you like getting into the whole Transformers, maybe in the same universe as the GI Joes, then this may be for you. But if you're still just into the Earthbound type GI Joe collector, then this may be something that you would pass on. All right, so let's do a final toy review for the GI Joe Cobra Mole Rat. And is he not cool? Is he cool? Or is he totally cool? Let me know what you think. Put it in the comment box in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I think he's cool. He's almost not cool because he didn't really have an emotional connection to me. Probably because I never saw him when I was collecting GI Joes back in the day. I didn't see a 3.75 version of this guy, and this was the first time I encountered this character, and I was like, what's that? But then the completionist in me wanted to just get everything and make sure I don't miss out on a figure that was a numbered figure. So that's why it's almost a not cool for me, but it's cool because for an army builder, and you can do a variation with the weapons, do a variation with the looks, it would be a nice addition to your GI Joe collection. So that is the end of this toy review. Thank you for watching us and staying with us until the end. Don't forget to hit like, subscribe, ring that bell button, follow us on Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram. It would mean so much if you support our channel so we can bring you more content that is heartwarming and brings you back to your childhood. Thank you again for watching. Remember, toys are not just cool, they're totally cool. So happy collecting. Bye-bye.